What's up, tribe? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is going to be Life After Lockup, Season 2, Episode 46. So, this episode is a little more serious. Normally, I come on here and I sort of clown a little bit, but we had some serious things that was going on today. And this video might not even get monetized because I got some stuff on my chest that I have to get off. Let's start with Michael and Sarah. Michael, you have got to be the most entitled asshole. I do not understand. I don't want to insult your mama, but I don't understand who raised you. You walk around here like everything you do is justified and nobody is supposed to be upset. And you're one of those people that feels like, oh, I said I was sorry. Or, oh, I know I hurt her. But why can't she just get over it? You know what? It just doesn't work that way. It ain't that easy. People don't just get over shit. That's just not how the real world works. You sitting there with Sarah. Now, at the end of the day, does Sarah still have feelings for you? Probably. She probably does. And again, do I want to just put... Here's what I want to do. The producers of Life After Lockup, okay? Hire me to be your Ayanla. I don't have no psychology degree. I didn't go to school. I don't have no degree in this. But hell, half the people that do it on TV don't either. Let me be your Ayanla, okay? Let me have some conversations with Sarah and with Megan. I will knock this shit right out the bud. Because Sarah does still love Michael. Megan still loves Michael. Michael is a manipulative asshole. And he has gotten over his whole life manipulating women. Because what he does is he finds women who have, whether it's self-esteem, whether it's experience, he finds women who are lacking in something. And that doesn't mean, I'm not talking about intelligence. That is not what I'm talking about. But I'm talking about self-esteem. We know that Megan was a virgin, I think, or close to it. And so he finds these vulnerable women. Now, I don't know. I'm only going by what I've known, y'all. I don't know every single episode that has gone on with them. And I'm not saying that Sarah is innocent or that Megan is innocent. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, what I saw with Michael, and then he has the nerve to act like Sarah's not supposed to be upset about the fact that he picks and chooses when he's going to see his children. And he's acting like when he decides to come, the world is supposed to bow down and kiss his ass because he has made time to see his children. Sarah not supposed to feel no kind of way. Your daughter's not supposed to have, because your daughter doesn't remember you and doesn't know who you are. It must be because Sarah's putting stuff in her head. No, it ain't got nothing to do with that. It's been 5 months since you've seen your children. What do you think was going on in those 5 months? You don't talk to them regularly. You're not on the... I'm done. Sarah, fuck that nigga. Go to your lawyer and you get all of this done legally. And if the judge says that he can have partial custody, fine. That he can have partial custody. But you hold him to it. Not his mama. Not one of his little women that he manipulates. Him. He has to come and pick them up. Make sure that whatever the order is, he got to pay for it. If he want to still live in Michigan and you live in New York, he has to pay to get those kids back and forth. Not you taking them, not you driving them. Or y'all meet halfway. You make sure, since he I should be able to see my kids whenever I want, blah, blah, blah. Okay, sure. Go to court. Take his ass to court, Sarah. And then just get over him. I know that's easier said than done, but get that man out your, boy, because it ain't nothing about him a man. Get that boy out your system. Later on in the episode, after they get to arguing and Sarah gets so upset and all of that, and girl, don't let him see you sweat no more. Don't do it. Don't do it. But neither here nor there. Then he goes back to the hotel. And let me tell you, this little new chick on the side, I'm not even going to call your name because you're not that damn important. You the worst kind of woman. You are the worst kind of woman. You know why? Because you defend that fuck shit. You are one of those women that defend these men who, boys who don't do what they supposed to do. So now, because Michael has decided to chase women and have his little cash app, living off of his cash app for the last 5 months and hasn't made time to see his children, now it's Sarah's fault. She must be, she just really wants him, and she's just upset that she can't have him because I'm with him now. Child, if you think you want a prize, bye. Take him. Let me know how you feel in 6 months. You tell me how you feel in 6 months, Miss New Chick on the side. She irritated me more than Michael did. Because you are defending this shit. Instead of telling him, you know what, you're wrong. You should be spending more time with your children. You should be wanting to put more effort into building a relationship with your child. If your daughter started crying when she saw you, that means you don't see her enough. But nah, didn't matter. Everything was Sarah's fault. And then it all boiled down to, oh, you still want him. You still in love with him. Well, you can't have him because I have him. Take him! I've spent 6 minutes on them fools, and I'm done. Let's go on over here to Adrian and Lamar, whatever. Look. Lamar broke my heart a little bit. Lamar said he's been in the system since he was 5 years old. He was in foster care. He said he spent his whole life with people telling him what to do. And at this point in his life, he is enjoying his freedom, yet he is still willing to give his wife some of his freedom and give her some control. At the end of the day, he doesn't want to move to Utah. She doesn't want to move to LA, and they're going to have to figure it out. They're going to have to just go and get a divorce because it just ain't going to work. He's not coming to Utah. You don't want to go to LA, and it is what it is. He took her out to dinner to a nice restaurant. He's trying to wine and dine her, and she brings up, basically the state of our marriage. And I'm not mad at her for bringing it up because he was like, I'm trying to take you out to something nice and you messing it up and you ruining it. But she's not even comfortable being in a one-on-one situation with you. She was so nervous and so uncomfortable. She didn't even know how to have a normal conversation with you. So I'm not mad at her for saying, look, we need to address the elephant in the room. And right now, it's you, it's me. There are no kids here. There's no other distraction other than that camera in our face. Let's figure out what's going on with our family. I'm not mad at her for bringing it up, even though he was trying to do something nice and wine and dine her. But he tried to do something nice because he tried to get back in the bedroom, child. But I do think he loves her. I do feel like he loves her. But I also understand where she's coming from. Because she was like, well, when he was locked up, he said this and he said that. And he agreed to do this and he agreed to do that. And now he's not doing anything he said he was going to do. He was in jail. People in jail say they say everything that they're supposed to say to get out of jail. I'm sorry. And I'm not making an excuse for it, but it is what it is. He probably, and he may, in that moment when he said he was going to move to Utah, he may really have meant that. But when he didn't get his parole and he ended up staying in LA and he got acclimated with his family and friends in LA, now he ain't trying to come to Utah. Just like last week when he agreed to go to Bible study. He probably ain't mean it when he said it. But like I said, he was trying to get to the broom closet. And then she finally did say that they might need to just go on and talk about divorce. And he ain't trying to hear it. But I don't know what y'all going to do. If y'all not going to have a long distance. Because even if y'all were going to have a long distance relationship, then Andrea need to be willing to, be a married couple when y'all are spending time together. She ain't willing to do that. She ain't want to get a man none. She don't want to she don't even want to let the man sleep in the bed with her. That ain't a marriage. That's not a marriage. So they need to make a decision. They need to figure out what it is that they gonna do. Now, Angie and what's this man's name? John. Y'all know I just be making names up for people. Hold on, let me make sure I want to get him the right name. But I know it's Angie. So we know last week she was camping out in front of the house trying to catch him in something. And at the end of the day, he didn't do nothing wrong. He did exactly what he said he was going to do. He stayed in that house. He laid in the bed and he was asleep. Now, let's be clear. Like I told y'all last week, I think he absolutely knew she was out there. So even if he was tempted to do something he wasn't supposed to do, I think he looked to the left, looked to the right, and saw her sitting out front chain smoking. He saw the light from the cigarette. But the next morning, she's up and getting ready for work, and he's trying to talk to her, and she is being so mean to him. My thing, again, I keep telling y'all, when you, Tony, that's his name, thank you. When you agree to get back with somebody, you agree to forgive them. If you're not ready to forgive them, then don't agree to take them back. I'm sorry. You clearly are not ready to really forgive this man. You're just not. You done gave him rules, and she done told him. He said, dang, I just got out of jail. She said, well, then what's the big deal? You used to rules. I just gave you a few. I'm like, so at the end of the day, she wants to be with him. She still loves him, but honey, she can't trust him. And y'all know that's just, you can't trust him. I don't know why you still with him. You can't trust him. You can't trust him. They end up going to counseling. And here again, y'all trying to pull on my heartstrings. We find out that Tony came from an abusive relationship. His father was abusive, and his father was also a womanizer. He said that he grew up seeing his father cheat on his mom and, treat women the way he treated women, and he just thought that was normal. He didn't, he knew it was wrong, but he thought that's just what men did, And they went to counseling with a really, I guess her spiritual, like probably her pastor or whatever. Hey, honey, he was funny. He was giving me life. Tony said, well, I just got out of prison. He said, oh, okay. I think his name was, what's his name? Father Bobby, Father Billy, somebody like that. And, but he told him, but you know what I like? He ain't beat around the bush. He said, you're breaking this woman's heart. He said, and at the end of the day, she was with you while you were in jail. These other women that you cheating on her with, they weren't around. They weren't there for you. This woman was there for you. And when he did open up about the abuse, and I think it was sincere. Like, I really think that that's his story. I don't think he was making excuses or whatever. But, Father Billy, Bobby, whoever, told him, like, helped him see the connection. And I think that might have melted Angie up a little bit, melted her heart a little bit. And she was like, oh, I just know there's a really good person somewhere down inside. He has such a really good heart. Anyway, so there you go. John is at the halfway house. And his sister, I guess it's his sister, came to visit him. And, he's explaining to her basically that, after he saw Lacey and old boy getting married, Lacey and John getting married, Lacey and Shane getting married, excuse me. And, he got to drinking, he went to driving, he just, downward spiral, da-da-da-da-da. And his sister was like, look, Lacey has been manipulating him since we were teenagers. It wasn't cute then. I didn't like it then. I don't like it now. I don't like her. I don't like the way she, was able to manipulate him. And he's telling, and after all of this, he's saying, you know what? I think we could still get back together. I think we could work things out. And she was like, she's married. Well, she can divorce him and we can be together. And she said, you know what? Do you realize that if you get back with her, I think you're going to lose us. Because we just can't keep doing this. We can't keep seeing you back and forth with this woman and seeing how she manipulates you. And he was like, but I love her. And she was like, look, if this woman ends up making you go back to jail, she's not going to have me going back to jail. It's not going to happen. And I'm thinking to myself, famous last words. Like, everybody thinks it's not going to happen till it happens. You know what I'm saying? So, child. So then we see Shane and Lacey, they out roller skating, honey. He falling down. He ain't never been skating before. So he decides to confess that he cheated on her before they got married. And of course, she was just like, well, why would you marry me then? He was like, because I love you. She was like, well, why you wait till now to tell me? Because I knew if I told you, you wouldn't marry me. Yeah. So she rides off, honey, said, don't bother me. So I don't know what she probably about to go. She on her way to go to John's halfway house now, child. They probably in the back seat of her truck getting it in. Anyway, child, I just can't with them. Now, I just can't. Now, I saved Angie and Marcelino for last because let me tell you something. A lot of these stories sort of hit me tonight, but no one story hit me the most than this. I sort of glossed over last week about the fact that this woman had 2 children by the age of 15 by a man in his 30s. I didn't really dig deep into it last week because I was kind of focusing on other storylines and they didn't really give us a lot of it. But this week we really got a little deeper. She was trying to open up her sealed juvenile record. Now, first of all, I didn't know it was hard for you to open up your own record. Like, I understood when you have a sealed juvenile record, it's hard for other people to get access to it. I didn't realize it was hard for you to get access to it. She said that she's trying to get information about her children's adoption. And it was like a water to court situation because she said, I was a kid. I didn't know how to take care of kids. Like, I was trying my best, but I didn't know what I was doing. And at one point, she said she was even homeless while she was pregnant because the guy that got her pregnant ended up going to jail. Like, her story breaks my heart, honey. And when she went on to explain, and when she was looking through the paperwork, come to find out, this 30-year-old man who was clearly a child predator because this girl was 14 years old. I want to say she might have even been younger than that. But I know she was at least 14 years old when she conceived her first child. Which means that y'all were having sex. At least she was 14 when y'all were having sex. Probably earlier than that. She met him once she was a runaway. She told the story of how she met him. And basically, he introduced her to drugs. He introduced her to crime. Like, all of that. And she pretty much had to do what she had to do because she was a child and she was homeless and she didn't have any family, or at least any family she didn't feel in the moment she had family. And come to find out that the court had actually been working towards helping him reconcile with his children. Y'all, our court system is screwed up. So she said rather than them pursue him and press charges against him for having sex with the minor, they are trying to work to help him establish his parental rights with the product of the child rape. Because that's what it was. It was child rape. If he was 30 years old having sex with a 13-year-old, there's no consent. That's rape. You can call it what you want. That's rape. And she said something that was so deep, y'all. She said, everybody keeps telling me that this isn't my fault. Everybody keeps telling me that I was a child and adults led me down a wrong path and adults did, introduce me to drugs and adults introduced me to crime and my family let me down and all the adults around me let me down. But I'm the one that keeps getting punished. I'm the one that lost my kids. I'm the one that went to jail. I'm the one that nobody tried to help me reconcile with my children, yet they're trying to help him reconcile with the products of his rape. I said, you know what? That is deep. When you think about it the way she broke it down, y'all, that is so deep. Now, I don't want to make this too much longer, but so I can't really get into a story, but that was when I worked at the jail for a while. I told you guys I worked at the juvenile detention center. And we had to go to a workshop one time, and it was dealing with trafficking, helping identify, victims of trafficking and stuff. And I could tell some stories about that. I had some kids that came through there who had been trafficked, but I don't even feel like getting into that tonight. But one of the stories the lady told us, long story short, it was a girl. She was being trafficked, right? She had been trying to escape, and she kept saying on her 18th birthday she was going to leave. On her 18th birthday. So she turned 18. And she ran away. She got away from the person who was trafficking her. Ran away. But the only way she knew how to make money was to do what? Turn tricks. So she turned some tricks because she was trying to get enough money to get home. Because she ran away. She didn't have nothing. She ended up getting arrested and being charged with prostitution. Now, here's the thing. The way the law is written, had she ran away the night before when she was still 17, she wouldn't have been charged. But because she ran away on her 18th birthday and got caught, she got charged. See, we got to do something about our system because people are getting caught up in the minutia. Anyway, I'm getting off my soapbox. And we're going to stop it right there. But yeah, this episode, y'all, had to get a little deeper. I had to get a little... But anyway, let me know what y'all think. Drop it in them comments. Peace.